We won't have to cry no more. And we won't have to cry.
So we'll get started here. Welcome back to CrossCourt Conversations, episode 29, season 2. We're with special guest, man. Special guest today. My own personal hero. I'm gonna be shy, man. I'm very shy right now. Like I need. Usually it takes me 2 beers to talk. I need more like 10 beers.
This is like Kobe meeting Michael Jordan right here.
I might just sit back and just kind of soak it all in. But cool.
He's gonna be a fanboy.
Shiong, better known as Birdie. What's up, Ku?
Not much. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah,
thank you for coming on, man.
We're gonna run through his accolades. Multiple J4 champ, I believe, two-time J4 champ. Went to Fresno, fell short. Hype Volleyball Club director, or what do you?
Yes,
what's your title?
I'm the owner and club director, and also a coach.
Owner, CEO, everything. Y'all got to go through him.
Right.
And like I said, my own personal hero, man. I'll have to say this. I'm gonna take like 2-3 minutes right here, okay? And then I'm gonna share.
Yeah, that's just his own spiel. He's been waiting for this all his life, Cool.
This is my story. My story. Okay.
There you go.
So when I was a little kid, all my cousins, my brothers, and then my uncle and them were like, "Yeah, there's a short guy named Birdie. Man, he can hit and play, and it's on MDY or whatnot." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I kind of wanted to see, because back then we didn't have nobody that no heroes, no. Because we're first generation, so it's kind of hard to find your heroes and whatnot, So, I remember being at a tournament and I was personally looking for you, you know what I mean? So back then there was a lot of short players that could really hit. So I was like, man, is it this guy? Is it that guy? Is it this guy? You know what I mean? And then I approached the last net. I remember this team was in the timeout. They came out of timeout. First play they ran was a shoot outside, and this little dude just jumped up, bam, straight down line. I was like, okay, that's him, because that's different. That is him right there, and from there on, I was like, that's my hero. That's my hero. And like I said, like back then, you don't have people that look like you. It's like I put you on the same status as like Bruce Lee. You know what I mean? Like back then, you had no heroes that look like you. And when Bruce Lee came out, everybody's like, that's my hero. That's my hero. And when I saw you, I was like, he looks like me. That's my hero right there. You know what I mean? So that's my story. That's who I looked up to. So, cool. Thank you for everything, man.
All right. Show's over, man. That's all we want.
Show's over. That's it. But I want to ask you this, Cool. So you were, you made a big impact on me, obviously, but for you, who made the biggest impact on you?
And I think the biggest impact was my, not to be biased, but, my old man, my dad, man.
Yeah.
I'm a second generation HVB,
Oh, wow.
It's my old man. He's always pushing, always positive, and my story is that I was a teenage kid, growing up, love bikes, go places, hang out with buddies, after school, and sometimes, get in trouble here and there as a teenager would, my old man, he must have knew, so he just kind of dragged me along with him, I was like 13, 14, dragged me along with him and just kind of kept me in check, and and I was a ball boy. I was a ball boy. I was a ball boy, and one day, I just figured, man, I don't think I can get away from dad, so I might as well press out right. So I was watching. Dad was traveling throughout the Midwest, in Wisconsin, playing, and I would chase down the ball for them when they're warming up and all that, and I just, started, I might as well make something out of it. You know, I'm
Mm.
hanging out with my buddy. So yeah, so I tried it out. Hey, you know, it's actually pretty easy. You know,
Okay.
I just kind of picked that on, and so
So
my dad is
Mhm.
yeah, he is my biggest impact.
Okay. So your dad, he played volleyball too. They had their own team and everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, my dad, I played volleyball too.
Okay.
What was their team?
Oh man, it's so long ago, I can't remember the name. Yeah, a lot of OG that's
Mhm.
California. That was before until them guys time. You know,
Yeah.
Koo, you know, all those guys. They would still remember. Yeah, that was in the '80s,
Oh,
early '80s,
wow.
80s to mid '80s. That you know they were still playing, and I was just about 13, 14 years old.
Mm-hmm. Man, it's not a lot of people's dad play like that. Like way back in the days. Nowadays, of course, we have our kids and they see us play, but back then it was usually like you play volleyball with your friends to kind of like either stay out of trouble or like to meet other people. But if your dad was playing and he dragged you along, that was like before you had like a close up view of everything, right off the get go as you were a kid.
Yeah, I have a I get to see Lee Powell play too. Lee Powell. Those guys were a little bit later, you know, later on. They were much younger, but you know, it's their older brother Lee Tu Yi Te, like Janana. Yeah, those my dad's teammates. You know, I was fortunate enough to get to play against one of my dad's that used to always play against and
Rivals, huh?
Wabali.
Oh, okay.
Wabali, yeah. I watched the guy play, man. I watched him hit the ball so hard that you know that要对面呢，我一直看。That was so scary. I was fortunate, you know, later on, you know, I get to play with him on the same team.
Yeah.
Hey, Jova, where's he from?
He, I think he was originally from Philadelphia.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was from Philadelphia, and then he moved there, and he is still a mentor in education.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you live in Minnesota all your life, or did you guys grow up or did you live in California for a time, or was it just always Minnesota?
It's always Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah. Then some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Born and bred, man.
Born and raised. That's why you guys are some of the heroes in that area, man.
Dude.
Okay. Man, hey, I just want to ask you right away, man. Can I just ask you right away? How did you can you tell the story of how you got like your vertical leap? Because that vertical leap is unmatched. And then do you know how high you jumped? Did you guys ever measure that?
Yeah, I did. You know,
I want to hear this.
about 52 inches.
Damn, bro, that's crazy, man. Dude.
You know, I think
52 inches.
Natural, you know.
Okay.
You know, it runs in the gene, a family gene, you know.
Okay.
Like my brothers, you know, they're all similar, but you know, they don't like volleyball except for one guy.
Yeah.
Except for my little brother. But you know, yeah, I do a lot of sprint, you know, like 10, 15, 20-yard sprint, uphills, free weight, body weight, free weight, you know, not pushing weight or lifting weight at all because, you know, when you're above, you know, all those muscle, you get heavy, you know, and people seems to think that, oh, you know, if I lift weight or I push weight, you know, these giant legs, you know, muscle legs, I might be able to jump. No, not necessarily.
Right.
Yeah. From my point of view, it's about just toning,
right.
your muscles and working on the right muscles.
So when you were working out like that, how did you know how to work out? Did you have a mentor, or did you research this? Because this is before like anything. So how did you know how to work out and what muscles to work out and all that kind of stuff? Did you do it?
Actually, I did. Yeah. Actually, I did. It's just something I like to do. And
Okay.
as a young kid, growing up, I was into martial arts. So that helped too.
What-
So
Okay.
Did you study what's that old school workout guy Jack LaLanne or something like that?
I know. Actually, yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so obviously you had like a 52-inch vertical. Those of you who do not know,
Must be nice, bro.
just look at that video we posted up on CrossCourt Conversation. That was in 2000. That was like 20 years ago. Just look at those videos right there. This guy was like jumping out of the gym. He was jumping his height, basically. That's crazy. Now,
Stupid.
when you were doing this, were you like dunking and stuff and touching the rim during this time?
Well, rim touching, yeah. And with basketball, no, but with a one of those small balls that you can grab, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously at your height, that's just amazing.
So even for a legend, right? For a legend, for a hero, at one part in time you had to suck, right? Like there's a learning curve. Can you talk about like your first game in Hmong Volleyball? I mean, come on, you weren't just great right off the bat, unless you were. I would believe it.
Well, we all got to start somewhere from the bottom.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Bye, Dad. I love you. Back up just a little bit
Yeah.
further back. Yeah, when I was about, like I said, about 13, 14, ball chasing, ball boy, I decided that I wanted to, I might as well, try to play. And it became natural. I liked it. And I've been working hard, and I went to the park to play at the park. And on the court, on one side of the court, there was only 5 guys. I asked them if I can play. They looked at me. And said, "Man, you're too short. 2, you're too scrawny. No, we don't want you.
Right.
Yeah. So and at that time I suck. Trying to hit the ball over. Couldn't hit the ball over. So I gotta start somewhere from the bottom, and those are the kind of motivation. And
Who were those guys, man? We gotta name drop them. We gotta call them out.
They were they were no. They eventually asked him to play.
yeah, well, man, I don't really recall, but I do know one name. One name is Hua Lu. He was a pretty big guy, and he's always walking with his chest up on it, and he was actually pretty good, pretty decent. Yeah, he's the one that told me that, man, you're too strong, we don't want you. We'll play with 5, So I just went set, and I came home and I said to my dad, I don't think I want to play volleyball, and he said, why? Well, even at the park, nobody wants me to play with them because, I'm not good. And my dad looked at me and said, well, stop complaining and do something about it, And I said, what do you mean do something about it? He said, well, work harder until you're good enough to play at the park with somebody. And I'm pretty sure somebody's going to, pick you up, Yeah, so I just went back to square one and just start, working on it. Basic fundamental, passing, serving, all those, And
were you doing all this stuff on your own during this time?
During this time, I had my dad, my old man.
Right.
I had my old man, was just, helping with me, making correction on it, And that's one thing I learned from him is that when you make a mistake, when somebody makes an error or let's say use a wrong form to pass the ball, you make the correction right away, or else it's going to become a bad habit. If you keep letting them slip by and doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was fortunate to have my dad kind of.
Well, kids nowadays call that being too hard on them.
Yeah, kids nowadays being too hard, too hard on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
man.
that's reality.
Right.
Gotta work hard on it, and always grateful that there's somebody there to, push you on, push you and keep you on track.
So when you were coming up, was there a player like that you kind of like looked at and kind of like try to mimic or try to copy? Because I know I try a lot to copy you, and it failed. I failed miserably, but
Oh yeah, there is this one guy. So if back in the days, he has a dragon tattoo on his back. Yeah, and it's only he's Laotian. He's not that tall. He's probably about 5'5". Yeah, I would say about 5'5", but yeah, he's got a lot of heart. He plays with a lot of heart, and he's got a lot of snap, and he uses his whole body. When you hit a lot of guys, when you see hit the ball, just but this guy is just
yeah,
whole body on it, and he's a smaller guy, 5'5", 5'6", but yeah, he played hard, and I liked his attitude, how he carried himself. So I said to myself, well, you know what, I want to be like him. Yeah, I want to be like him. So yeah, I kind of use him as.
What was his name and who did he play for?
I think Nulumbe Gat.
Okay.
Yeah, and he played with Bumla who are high fly.
Oh, okay.
High fly. Yeah, they were way before our time too.
Okay.
Yeah, high fly. And I think he lives in California. I think.
Oh. It's another play. Where did they like? What did they like? Where were they from back then?
Well, they were from here.
Oh, okay.
Majority was from here. High fly was from here, and then a lot of them moved to California.
Oh, okay.
And I remember their setter was really good. I think he's only got 9 fingers.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if probably the California. Probably more. Yeah, he's a lot. He's probably in his 60s by now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that setter was awesome. He had 9 fingers. Setting the ball.
Okay, so I gotta ask you this. Obviously, you played with MDY for a while. Obviously, you and Thuho developed this chemistry. Did that happen? Like, did you guys practice at it, or was it like really natural when you guys first got together? Was it natural? Did you guys have to work at it? How did you guys become so like click so well?
Yeah.
Well, it takes a lot of work. We didn't connect right off the bat. It was a lot of back then. Practice for us is setting up the net, working on serving, passing. It was no playing at all. It's not like some of nowadays. They set up the net, and some guys on one side, some guys on one side. They call that practice. I call that playing. To me, practice back in the day was running skills, running drills, digging a ball, working on defense rotation, where we're supposed to be covering if the outside hitter is hitting, middle is hitting, how to play off the hand, setting up blocks, those are the kind of things that we worked on. And for example, like if we were running a shoot or a 31, like for example, like Calher and Thuho, they connect really well with that fast 31, just right above the net. Is they work hard at it. It's like we'll go to practice and we'll just if we had to run that play an hour, we're gonna run that play for an hour. Just so that Calher know exactly where the ball's gonna be, and Thuho knows that the pass is gonna get to me, and so so you know exactly where the ball's going to go. There's no second guess. You know, it's
Right.
automatically there. So you
Yeah.
know, it takes a lot of time. It takes time to work on it. You just have to keep working on it. You know, running plays. You know, over and over and over, same play over and over again.
Okay. So there's a lot of repetition.
A lot of reps.
Okay.
Yeah.
I noticed one of the scariest play, one of the best play that you guys ever run is whatever fake the middle guy, whatever he does, he fakes it, and then you come out right behind him in the middle, man, with
that's
no
that tandem.
blockers.
That's that tandem, man.
That's that tandem
tandem
when you just
Yeah.
you have that wide open space and you're just flying.
And
What's
that's
going
what-
through your head when you
that's-
guys call that play and you're just like up there and you're just like, man, I'm gonna put this down. What's going through your head, man?
Oh man, as a young player, man, all I want to do is just hit the ball down.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, you know, it's a fake play, you know, they're going after the middle.
Yeah.
Boom, you know, you just hit hit cross on it.
Right.
It's wide open. Just hit that ball cross
Right.
on it.
And-
You run a tandem or a cross, you know.
Yes. That is one of the that's like one of the prettiest plays, especially when you go up at it, either you or Ma go up because you guys are like smaller. You guys got to glide up there. It's just like that's just like a crowd pleaser right there, man. People were just like gasping for air. And I noticed the reason why you guys get a lot of open shots is because you guys run that 31 all the time. So those blockers, you guys kind of set them up for it, and they kind of chase the middle guy, and then all of a sudden that thing just pops in the ear and you're just gliding in and people are just like, damn, it's like wide open. And then you're just going in there smashing it. It's just a lot of it happens like 2-3 plays ahead already.
We actually stole that from you guys. And when I was playing in high school, we used to run that because I was hitting right side, and we used to run that all day because we stole it from you guys. That cross tandem.
Yeah.
That X, that cross tandem, that cross tandem, and that tandem on it. All the credit goes to the middle guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He does all the dirty work.
Yeah.
He does all the dirty work, and you know.
That's the thing. That goes underrated. So the middle guy, he runs that all game, and then it frees someone like you up. Yeah. And all of a sudden, you guys just pop one up like that, and you get all the glory, right? You get all the fame, like, oh, look at that guy. But the middle guy, he does all the dirty work already.
He does all the dirty work. All the credit should go to the middle guy.
Yeah. Even as all conference, we took their whole playbook, dude. We took the whole playbook.
Making sure, you know, if it's there, if you want like, hey, you know, and we actually start playing shoot 31s, you know, finding that backslide, you know, back in the days. It's because we play a lot of USVBA. Back then it's called USVBA. Now it is called USAV. You know, you know, we play a lot of open tournaments on it. So with make out there like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
You know,
How was that? How was that for you guys?
Oh, man, that's actually awesome, man. We loved it. We love the challenge, you know. And to get your game to the next level, you gotta play against bigger players, you know, taller players, you know. And that just kind of, you know, for some people say, oh man, they're too big and you can't. Well, you know, just like I was saying too well, you know, my girls was in Vegas for USA Volleyball Girls Junior National Championship. And like I said to the girls, when you see a team and hit, the girls were just pounding the ball, and you either say, wow, I want to play that team, or you say, wow, I hope we don't play the team. Like one of those, you know? So we were the one that, wow, we want to play those guys. So that's why we continue to play. We continue to play against, you know, in those tournament, make a tournament. And for example, like high fly, you know, when we first started, they were still pretty good. So we would go to West Minnehaha Gym every Tuesday night, and we would play them for pop soda. And you know, the thing is, we would purchase a soda first, even in the car, because we know that, you know, we're gonna lose, but we still play. We still play. Yeah, we've done that for a year or two, you know, and that's a lot of sodas, you know. You know, buying, you know, but you know, just knowing that you know, I want to get better, and I'm up for the challenge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially when you play those better teams, and you know, when you lose, if you're smart enough, you'll learn those lessons and you'll take it back to you, and then you practice it again. So
Yeah,
I mean, I bet you guys went there purposely to get better, not to like beat them or anything. You got, you know, sometimes you go there to, of course you want to beat them, but you know, you learn stuff every game.
Yeah, you learn stuff every game. Purpose is to get better.
Yes.
Learn from it. And
Yes.
it's like I say to my volleyball girls.
Mhm.
You have to empty your cup of water.
Right.
You have to half empty it so that it can be filled with more knowledge. And if you don't empty it, well, if somebody pours more skills and knowledge into it, it's going to overflow. It's going to flow out anyway. It's not going to stay in you. So in other words, you gotta be humble. You know,
Right.
Always be a student of the game on it.
For sure, man. That's a great lesson. Gotta be humble. For those of you who are joining us, we're Cool from MDY. He played in an era where I consider it to be like some of the golden age of volleyball, where people were like, you know, balling out during those times. Man, and it's fortunate enough that he's on YouTube as well too. So like all the stuff we're talking about, his hop, his 52-inch vertical, people would say, man, he's claiming he got a 52-inch vertical. Go look at the video.
Yeah.
Look at it, man. He's like, you know, a little bit over 5 feet, but he's like, he could jump his height. That's freaking crazy. So this is the man, the myth, the legend. We got him on right here. Man, it's just crazy. So I just wanted to.
Cool. What was your main source of motivation though? Like, what made you click?
Well, my main source of motivation is going back to where they took, you know, Lou said to me that I'm not big enough, you know.
Okay.
I'm too
Negative
small.
reinforcement, man. See, young bucks, man, we ain't being hard on y'all.
Yeah, I like those kind of things. I like to take them and, you know, turn it into something positive. It fuels me, you know, that, you know, I need to work harder on it. And one of my main goals is that, you know, I said to myself, I'm barely 5'2", you know, I'm scrawny. Well, that is something I can work on to get a little bit, you know, bigger and, you know, putting a little bit of meat and muscle on it. But, you know, my main goal is to play big. You know? Even though I'm small, I want to play big. You know, if I can't play front row, you know what? I'm gonna play back row. And if I'm back there, I'm gonna play big. You know, that's one of my main goal that I had when I started playing volleyball. Is that, you know, if you're small, if you're short, you just gotta play big.
Now, I know that, you know, obviously you're a coach, you're the owner of Hype. Do your players believe that you were able to do all these things on the court? When you tell them, man, do you tell them that you use the ball?
Yeah, do you gotta bust out the VHS?
Go look at a YouTube tape.
Bust out the VHS. Y'all need to watch this.
Do they know? Do they know who their coach is?
No, to be honest, they don't. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. There are players that are some of the parents know me, so they talk about it. But, you know, like the Caucasian make our girls, and they don't know. I don't talk about it, and you know, it shows when, you know, practice, you know, working on skills, you know, and you know, that shows it all. You
can still get down.
Sometimes, you know, I forget that, you know, I'm 49, you know, 49, and I forget that, oh, you know, I'm 49, and I would, you know, towards the end of practice, would play with them, and then tomorrow morning, can't walk.
Molly Mozzie, Shotty shots.
Can't walk, you know, or, you know, having back spasms, and you know, my wife, Why don't you play? Or,
Yeah.
I'm very competitive. I'm a competitor,
Yeah.
Right.
competitor. When I'm on the court, I give 110%.
Right.
I don't go halfway. I go all the way. When the body is old, you forget your mind is still young, but the body is not. And that's a little bit harsh.
Okay.
It's tough.
Can I ask you? This is not part of the question, but how did you begin to play with MDY? How did that start? A little bit. How did you guys start? How did that happen?
That started. It goes back to at the park again.
Okay.
Nobody wanted me on their team, not even at the park, and some of the MDY. Some of the original MDY, same thing. We were all kind of in the same boat. We were leftovers. Nobody wanted. So one day, he and his brother decided that let's start something here. So we just kind of they asked me and say, hey, we put a team together. You want to play? And of course I said, yeah, I want to play. Nobody wants me to play. These two guys are asking me, if I want to play. Of course I want to play. I want to be on a team. So that's kind of like how we started. We pretty much leftovers. Nobody wants us.
Okay.
So
all right.
Du Hua is originally not a setter. He's a power hitter.
Yeah.
He's a power hitter. So
that's what he said, from California, way back in the days.
Yeah.
So, and then, so how old were you guys during this time? Were you guys still in high school, or were you guys out of high school already, or?
I was still in high school. I think I was about 14, 15. About 15.
Okay. Wow, that's when you guys kind of started MDY?
Yep.
Wow.
I was about 14, 15. Yeah, I was about 14, about 15, 16. Yeah.
Okay.
When we started in, I would say 89, 1989.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
What would you say your guys' prime years were, like MDY, when you guys were like at the top of your game? When do you guys say?
I would say probably about 90. Oh, 96, 97.
96?
96, 97, 98 there.
Okay. And then there was a lot of win and lose, struggle in between there, right? Between 89 and 96? Yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot of winning struggle there. And, sometimes, when you lose, Duha he's a competitor and he knows what we can do. And, sometimes when we are not playing up to what we're capable of, after we lose, everybody just disperse right away. Because he would get on us, he would get on us, and but it's a good thing, with his leadership and his older brother, Dunsu's leadership, MDY have learned to grow, have learned to teach ourselves how to play, how to trust, and how to work together as a team. Okay. I think teamwork, volleyball is all about teamwork.
Yeah.
If you don't have that back row passing, well, you can't serve it. If if you can't get the pass, or it's hard for a setter to put up a good set. If it's a bad set, you're the hitter. Well, just don't hit it away. It's your job to help and or reset again and play on it. Those are the kind of things that we've learned to understand as along the way. And so we play, we learn as we go.
Okay. And I only make that point because, just to be an example for some of the young teams out there who may give it a try for only 1 or 2 years and it doesn't work out, and then they kind of quit. You guys started in 89. You said you guys didn't hit your peak, in your opinion, until like 96. So that's like 7 years of just playing, struggling, not getting over the top, not winning as much as you guys are, losing some, winning some. So you guys stuck it together. So that's just wanted to make that point for some of the younger players out there who may have a team or anything, to just stick with it, stick with whatever you're doing. And, lo and behold, I'm glad you guys stuck with it. You guys your team became a legend, And then you obviously, we don't even have to say anything about you. We already know. So
Yeah.
definitely that's a lesson right there.
Yeah. Out to all the young guys,
Mhm.
stick together. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, and the hardest part is losing. Nobody wants to lose, but your greatest growth will be from losing, learning from it, learning what not to do next time, learning what you need to do next time.
Right.
And sometimes winning you don't learn anything from it, but when you lose, you learn how to win. You learn how to find a way to win. And with all that, my advice is, if you have a pretty good group, stick together.
Right.
It's just not going to take 1, 2, 3 years. It's gonna take 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah.
I say to my kids, like both of my two oldest, my first two daughters, they both play HVB, and I said to them, don't jump ship.
Right.
Don't jump ship. And they said, why, Dad? Why would you say that? So, okay, so I said, well, me, I don't want to be on a winning team. I want to be on a team that play to win. So that's how you learn, you grow. Is you play to win gradually. If you're on a winning team already, there's nothing to learn, because you pretty much know that you're gonna be in the finals.
Right.
And,
Okay.
join somebody that is already on a winning team. I'm not gonna learn much from it. So I want to be on a team, or start a team, or be on a team that you play, build the chemistry, build the trust, and win later on.
Interesting.
In your opinion, like what made you guys turn that corner? Like finally turn that corner, finally started winning and started to hit your prime? Was it just maturity? Was it just more experience, or what?
No, it's pretty much experience and chemistry. When you play long enough together, you know who you have to cover, playing defense, So we always have a guy that we know that if I'm playing next to him, I'm going to take 90% off the ball. So when the ball comes in, I'm going for it, because we don't want him. He's most likely he's not going to go for it. So you learn to
heavy feet.
So automatically he knows, I usually can't get those, so you're going to get them. So those kind of things, our chemistry, experience, and of course maturity. Sometimes, when you win, it's great. For some people, when you lose, start pointing fingers, and
for sure.
You win as a team and you lose as a team.
Okay. Ping, let's see some of the chat board here, and then we'll get back to Cool's story right here. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. Chua says, let him know that height doesn't matter. Definitely, height does not matter. Heart over height, man. Junior Vu said, give a shout out to Cloud9, Cool. He wants you to give a shout out to Cloud9. Say hi to them or something.
Ricky Junior is actually my nephew.
Okay.
And also Daniel Vu from Critical is also.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's also my nephew. And Cloud9, I watch you guys play. You guys play hard. Continue to push, and play together on it. I love Josh. Josh have awesome defense. Josh, awesome defense. So a shout out to Cloud9, and also to Critical too.
Okay. And then Des Tao here said, hi, second dad. Thanks for all you have taught me, Hype Nation, one of your hype players coming out here.
Yeah. Then, Des is one of my coach, And most of the girls that I coach, HVB, or my coaches, they like to call me dad. So you'll go to tournament and all my girls on the court will call me dad. I'll have people look at me.
Can I call you dad?
Hank wants to call you dad too, man. Shoot. We got 4 season here. It says Birdie, the once in a generation player, never seen another 5-footer dominated like he did. Yes, I agree. You were only 5 feet, but you played like you were like a monster in the front row, especially.
I remember talking with you. I think it was like Labor Day or something. Talking with you, and I asked you a specific question, and that was your specific answer. You know, and you were like, you just got to play big, man, and that you know that means a lot. Like that means not in terms of a lot, but just it means like there's a lot of meanings to it. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah, just gotta play big, and up to 4 season, man. You are a big setter, man.
It's too late for him. It's too late for him.
So shout out to 4 season. Yeah, definitely play big, man. You were a beast in the front. Like it did. Like height did not even matter. We got Afu here, said the man, the myth, the legend. Afu said, "What's up?" Let's see if there's any questions here.
Man, Afu is Afu. We call him the future.
Right?
Oh, you know, Afu the future. You know, I when he first came out on it, man.
Yeah,
one of my favorite.
Yes,
he said you guys whooped him and sent them home.
I think that year he was. I can't remember.
He was with NGE. He said
NGE, yeah. And I think that year we played finals against. Was it? Yeah, that year we played finals. I think it was in the dark. They had to turn on the lights and almost midnight.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It was.
All right. It says here, can you dunk a basketball? We already covered that. Yeah. You can't dunk a basketball, right? But you could definitely touch the rim.
I haven't tried a basketball.
You can't grip it, so it's
it's hard when you can't grip it.
Right.
Hands
but shoot, he could touch the rim
but smaller ball. I think you mentioned a smaller ball you could dunk it. Yeah.
Smaller ball, yeah.
Better than 99% of us, man. I tell you that. You know what I mean? So we have here one of Koo's best performances was the year Charlie came to J4 with Legends. Do you remember that? It says one of the best performances I saw was the year Charlie came to J4 with Legends.
Versus Legends?
I think Koo and them might have went to Cali that one year, and you probably made a good impression on some of these guys.
It's you know.
Yeah.
old age, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of beer, and
for those of you guys, you know, the younger crowd who, you know, were born in the 2000s, if you're not in your 30s, you probably didn't see him live. I tell you that. But you seen this guy live, it's like
missed out, man.
It's crazy.
I'm okay.
It's like once in a generation player. No one right now who stands at your height will dominate like a 6-footer. Like seriously, like you were out there, like it was just like no thing for you. I don't know how tired you were expending all that energy trying to jump, because you obviously your height did not match others, and you probably had to work harder, jumping higher and pushing yourself more.
Yeah. When you're short, it takes a lot of energy, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of energy. You basically have to work 2-3 times as hard when you're up front.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just trying to get past, you know, 2 blockers, you know. A lot taller.
Koo is definitely 1 for 1. There's just no more, you know what I mean? Just God made one, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like that's it. You humans, you guys just get one of this guy. That's it. You know what I mean? Honestly, man. If you missed out, too bad.
We're just hanging on to some of those YouTube videos. I know you guys got a whole bunch of them, but you guys don't want to release it. But we see some of them that's on there, and then when you were still playing. But that was kind of like, I don't think that was like in your prime anymore.
Yeah, that was on a decline.
Yeah.
But you know, Dave,
Oh man,
I know
at that
everyone
time,
points to Dave.
he's gonna
Dave
sell
has
those.
everything.
Dave
He's
is
gonna
pretty much
he's
the
gonna
only one
wait.
that can afford it.
He's gonna make. He's gonna wait
camera.
like 15 more years, and he's gonna sell those for like 50 grand a piece.
Dave,
Those
Sun
are.
Devil,
Yes.
he has it all.
Man, yeah, that he put in the work for those. Let's go through a couple quick questions down here, and then we'll give it
Yeah.
back to your story. All right, cool.
All right.
We have, what's your take on coaching the younger generation? One of our viewer asked, Chua, he asked, what's your take on coaching the younger generation? What's your opinion on that?
Man,
men's or women's. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's easier to coach. It's easier to coach a woman,
Mm.
but for the boys, for the men, it's a lot hard. It's a lot harder. Why I say that? Because sometimes if they don't know you, they look at you and say, "Why do I have to listen to this guy?"
Yeah.
And not all, some of the younger guys have a lot of talent, have a lot of talent, and at times I'd say big-headed, they think they know it all, and
They're more resistant now.
more resistant. Until you really, okay, well, show me. Can you do a very basic driving the ball? Because I always talk about, with the girls, driving the ball. Well, do you give your opponent free ball, just bump the ball over on it? If the ball is high enough, do you just give them the ball? No, you drive the ball, of a topspin, you drive the ball so the ball is fast, have speed on it, it no longer become a fast ball. And some guys, that I will work with that will do, like a one-on-one and would not be able to do that, and they will realize I can't do it. I was like, well, because it takes technique on it. So some young guys are more resistant.
Right.
It's harder that way. Like I said, you pretty much have to outplay them, for them to listen to, unless they know you, they know and have seen you play, or as they were grown up, then they will listen to you. So, but other than that, nowadays the younger generation have lots of talent, very athletic. Sometimes some of them just lack guidance, mechanical skills.
Yes.
Do you think it's because like volleyball is more traditionally a women's sport, so you have more little girls playing like at a young age? There's more like little girls that are coached up at a young age, and then when you do approach them, they're kind of more absorbent of your information.
Well, it can go both ways of boys and girls. My take on it, it depends on it. It's not really because it was a women's a sport, but as I was talking to I was in Warsaw,
We talked for like an hour, man. I was gonna go use the bathroom. I saw you. We said hi to each other. We just started talking for an hour. I was like, no, I don't need to use the bathroom. I'd rather just stay here and talk to you.
So it's not necessarily a women's sport thing that girls listen more. I just find it that the younger girls are a whole lot more open-minded. Well, I don't want to be biased, but through my experience, that's pretty much how it is. And I do run in some young guys like 15, 16s that they're very, very coachable. Very coachable, that they do take everything in. And I do run into some that I will see a OG will give them direction on it, or to kind of help them, and they will say, "Let's go." I see a lot of those. That's just too bad for.
That's that's just unfortunate because those kids who's been coached, and we heard it from some of the Phantom kids, all of them went through high school and they've been coached one way or another, which kind of helped them at such a young age. They played kind of like, although they still have a lot of holes in their game, they were very poised and they played like veterans just because of those coaching experiences and just the amount of ball they played.
Yeah,
So,
or being open to be coached. You know what I mean? Like I always say, anybody that approached me about helping them and whatnot, you know, I always tell them the best tips that I ever got was a non-player, just a guy that's on the crowd and just telling me objectively, like, hey man, like you got to do this, do that, do that. You know what I mean? Like those are the best advice that I ever took in. You know what I mean? Because they're looking at like they really want to see me
non-biased.
do good. Yeah, non-biased. You know what I mean? Like they probably seeing like a guy that did it at a higher level, and they're probably like, hey, Toia, cool, or not, or not. So I'm taking it like, damn, like okay, I'm gonna take that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not there like calling out like, give me your resume. I need your resume before I can take your advice. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, that's disrespectful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gotta be just gotta be coachable. And
right.
for the young guys that play high school volleyball, like out in California, they play school ball and then club, so they've been coached well. So they understand of how to set up blocks, you know, setting up blocks, you know, set a defense on it, you know, how to play zone, etc.
Right.
on it. So so when they do play, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, almost flawless, you know.
All right.
But there are holes here and there. You know, it happens. You know, nothing is perfect. But you know, they continue to work on it. But you know, I do believe that having being coached through school and club, yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yes.
And I'm glad that here in Minnesota there are more boys, you know, playing club volleyball now, and we're trying to get boys volleyball to be part of approved as Minnesota State High School.
Okay.
So
Are you as hype? Are you gonna run a program for the boys too now, or
yes,
looking into
that is in the plan. I have a 5-year plan,
Yes.
so you know it's
There
coming
you
up.
go.
If things go
And I was
well, you know, once I have my own building, then yes.
A true pioneer, man. A true
giving back.
pioneer. You guys don't even know, man. Most audience, man.
Yeah, you know that's interesting too. Man, we got a lot of players who play the game, but you know maybe they you know, whatever life took them, they didn't. You know, they kind of just abandoned the game, and it's nice to see players who played in the past and who are still involved in the game. You know, it's unfortunate that some players, you know, it all depends on life situation and choices. And maybe the game was just a part of their life at that one
Some
time.
people
But
take their skills to the grave, man. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's a detriment. That's a detriment to your own kind. You know what I mean? That's a
yeah.
detriment to the Hmong people.
So yeah, but for you to give back this much back to the game, it's just tremendous, and you know it should be a standard. So I mean, you're setting the standard. So
yeah. I started hype volleyball club. I run my program is basically because as grown up, we besides my dad, you know, working with me, and then you know, a few years later he passed away. I was at a young age, so didn't have mentors. So actually, Duhua and my MDY teammates are actually my mentor. We learn from one another. So I thought to myself, you know what? As I age, one, I can't play anymore. Even though I want to play, the mind is still there, but the body is not moving. You know, so you can't play. So you know, and I play volleyball with a lot of passion. I eat, I sleep, I breathe. If you guys ask my wife, yeah, she'll probably tell you that too. So
Credit to her though.
Yeah, so she also plays volleyball too. So you know,
it's a volleyball family essentially,
volleyball,
right?
yeah,
Your daughters play, your kids are in it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to give something back to the kids. You know, I see my kids and I go, you know what, if I don't do this, if I don't start a program, then all the little skills that I have,
Mhm.
it's just gonna go with me to the grave. And I want to give something out, share it, and hopefully somebody appreciate it. Hopefully somebody, picks up a few
Mhm.
tips here and there, and may help them. And the goal is, I want to see kids succeed. I want to see kids play college ball. I want to see kids make it out. The kids that have a lot of passion on it.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. And my greatest reward is seeing them succeed playing college ball.
Yeah.
Free reduced. Education. That's what it is.
For sure. And then you talked about that too. You talked about some of your hype players who went on to the next level, and they actually come back and give back to your girls as well too, who are currently playing as well too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They come back. I have some girls that before I started hype, I was coaching for another club. I have girls come back also that play for me, and will come back and help here and there. And whenever they're back, they'll just message me and say, "Hey, coach, I'm back in town. I want to still be involved in volleyball. Do you have anything for me to do?" And I'm, "Oh, of course." So yeah, I always welcome.
I might cry, man. I might cry for the first time in this program, bro. That is extremely beautiful, man. It's extremely beautiful.
It's like Payne just saw Michael Jackson right now, man. He's about to scream like a little
It's so
baby.
beautiful. It's like so graceful.
Give it out to you. Give it back to
It's
the
so
youth.
beautiful. Like he's just doing it. Like what I mean. It's like no credit. You need it.
For
It's
sure.
he's just doing it out of what I mean. Like god damn, dude.
Helping kids. Try to help them, provide them with the tools they needed. Whether they're gonna get a scholarship or not is really up to them.
For sure.
Really up to them. But
and you know what? Sports, not everyone's going to be at that elite level. It's just, seriously, it's just a lot of life lessons that you learn through sports. Just perseverance and just things like that.
This is it. Forget Michael Jordan. Forget LeBron James. Forget your Kim Kardashians. Y'all need to look up to this dude right here, man. Golly, man, that's freaking beautiful, man.
All right.
God damn.
I swear to God, it's like Payne singing Michael Jackson right now, man. He's like,
it's crazy, man. I can't, bro. Like,
if you guys have friends or buddies, anywhere in the Twin Cities area, I also run a year-round skills program besides my club program.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Y'all gotta get out. Yeah, promote it.
Skills program is pretty much, I run it year-round. During club season, I run it a little bit less because I'm always out. So whenever I have a weekend open or a weeknights open, open, and I would set, for example, serve and serve receive skills. So we work on those skills only, or hitting and blocking, footwork, swing blocking,
right,
forward transitions. So those are the skills that we'll work at for that night. So
you have a website or anything that you want to throw out there so they can reach you?
My website is hypevolleyball.com.
Okay.
And we're also on Facebook if you just search for Hype Training.
Okay.
So I have a public group there, and sometimes I will post up training dates, date, time, all on Hype Training. And also, we also on Facebook, we also have a Hype Volleyball page on there. Okay. So, if anybody.
Bam, right there. Those of you who are in the Twin Cities looking for something for your kids to do, right here, man. This is the man right here.
It's unreachable, man. You know what I mean? Like I tried to reach this dude playing volleyball. Now he's doing all this stuff. Unreachable, dude. You know what I mean? Like what the hell? Unreachable, man.
It's a passion, it's a passion.
Right.
So now my passion is giving back and
right.
Coaching.
Coaching. And can't say this enough. Just thank you so much for not abandoning the game, just keeping it, especially with the youth too. Just this game is just, And we say this again, and we said it before, in our culture, volleyball is part of the Hmong culture. Like we go to the picnics, the parks, or whatever, the volleyball net is always up. So it is part of our culture, and it's brought from the motherland over here too. So so
Yeah,
you gotta remember that.
yeah, I want to add one more thing to it.
Mhm.
I am not the only person that runs a club program.
Mhm.
Minnesota Vibe has been out there before I started
Okay.
volleyball. So Minneapolis Vibe, I
Mhm.
believe is A is the club director. He runs our program on it. So if anybody that's in the Minneapolis area that going to St. Paul, Arden Hill, Roseville area, you could definitely check out Minnesota
Okay.
Vibe. Okay, and A
Okay.
is the director.
Oh wow.
Yeah, beautiful.
So,
So you guys are doing
Beautiful,
it big
man.
out there. Let's go over a couple of these real quick online, and then we're gonna get back to your story. All right. So all your fans out here know where you came from, man. You got a lot of fans out here, I tell you that. Let's go with let's see where we left off. Okay. Chong, you remember
yeah,
Chong from
yeah.
Chicago? He's giving you a big shout out. Yeah, he's saying hi, what's up? He said he tried to train like you, but he trained with the Bud Light can in his hand instead, so he couldn't he couldn't do it.
Chong has a wicked swing on the right side.
Yeah.
From the right side.
And then we have another fan right here, Kenneth. Kenny said, you play so big and inspire so many, including me. Thank you for giving small people something to believe in. Kenny was a big fan of yours. He's one of our cousins that grew up in Chicago. Big fan of yours. He always talked about you, always wanted to be like you. So, again, you got a lot of friends. I mean, a lot of fans.
Hopefully, I run into Kenny one of these days.
Yes, yeah. He'll probably be like, Peng, just starstruck. Like, they just saw Michael Jackson, man. I'm about to faint or something.
Because I remember I remember Gomeng,
Oh yeah.
Gomeng, I think his first trophy was with us in lacrosse. And
Okay.
I think the year is only our brother Louis or going somewhere or something happened.
Yeah.
I think Gomeng was just a teenager.
Yeah.
Play. So we have him play with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we have Cash here. Okay. Your daughter said, my dad loves the game. Cash, we gotta get you on. We gotta get Cash on. Then Kim said, hi, Coach Kim. We gotta get you on too. See. And then Kenny asked, what is your official height? I mean,
oh man,
4'12", 4'12", man. 4 feet 12 inches.
Almost
5'2", right?
Almost, not quite 5'2".
Okay.
But she was on 5'2", yeah.
5'2", but you play like 6'6", man. And then let's see, Cash put up your heightvolleyball.com. Thank you, Cash.
Yeah.
Lindsay said, the man taught me everything I know. Forever grateful. Probably one of your height students as well too.
Yes, you did a.
I did an interview with Lindsay Blaze, right? Yep. Yeah, Lindsay and Jada. What's up, Lindsay? Thank you for doing the interview. Yes, you guys are the future. And then we have Peng Xiong. This is another Peng Xiong, not this Peng Xiong right here.
Okay, let's just. I want to prompt you guys real quick. That's one of the guys that I mentioned. Like I told your story to, and I was like, don't ever doubt yourself. I've seen a guy shorter than you dominate the game, man. Like legit dominate the game. Like don't ever doubt yourself. You know what I mean? And that's one of the dudes that approached me about tips and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I legit went there, man. I was like, dude, trust me. One of my heroes, shorter than you, and he played big, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
gotta believe in yourself. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do that.
No
boundaries, man. Like don't put up your own boundaries. You know what I mean?
Sure. Limitless.
Yeah.
And then basically he's just asking what's your mentality when you're hitting against big blockers? If you guys don't know, cool, look at his video. That he's a freaking dog, man. I tell you this, man. I tell you that.
And my mentality, hitting against big blocker, I love hitting against big blockers because my mentality is that I want to get through those big blockers.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hit through. I'm not gonna avoid. So I will not thumbs down or thumbs up. I would just hit through that little gap
Right.
on it. I'm gonna power through. But
Right.
then I'm gonna power through, but hitting the ball high for me to have a chance on it. So big blockers, yeah, I love them.
Okay. So there it is, Peng. Let's see. 4 seasons, so you can't be 5'2" because he's only.
Hey, cool. You gotta tell
seasons, and you
Gerd.
can't be 5'2" because he's
You
only
gotta-
5 feet, and
You gotta tell Gerd. You gotta tell Gerd. You gotta tell Gerd. You see over him, dude.
Come on now, you mess around too much.
I said almost 5'2". With shoes on, I'm 5'2".
And
That's the
then
one.
and then there's a couple, and then there's a comment here that just says, "What's your official vertical?" We cover that. His vertical is 52 inches, 52-inch vertical. So that's basically like 4 feet and like 4 or 5 inches, man.
Yeah.
That's
4 feet
freaking
and
crazy.
4 inches.
So, all right, let's get back to cool story, man. We got a lot of fans out here just asking me questions. So
I just want to go to this kind of question here. So a lot of short players, as I mentioned, they always approach me about playing and whatnot, and not knowing what role they should play. But I know that obviously you're a great player, but obviously mentally you got to be there. So what helped develop you mentally?
Well, mentally, I tell myself that in order for me to play at a high level, I have to put myself there. I have to think that I can play at a higher level. And that's pretty much I tell myself that, and that there's nothing that I can't do. And the worst case scenario, I fail. Nothing worse than that. Other than that, I've got nothing to lose. So I train myself to just keep going, keep pushing. I love the challenge. That's pretty much it. I love the challenge on it. So my dad, like my dad said to me, "Oh, don't whine about it. Do something about it." And so I guess that plays a big part on it. My self-confidence on it.
Yeah.
So you gotta be self-confident. Have self-confidence in yourself. If you don't, then there's no point. Just like another young guy, I can't remember his name. He asked me, well, what do you do when you walk on the court, and that team is hard to beat, and most likely you're not going to win? And my answer to him is that this way: every time you step on the court against a team, whether they are an underdog or you're an underdog, it doesn't matter. Every time you step on the court, you must believe that you have a 50% chance of winning. If you go in there thinking that, we're not going to be able to beat this team, then why step on the court? Why be on the court?
You lost already.
Yeah, you lost already.
Yeah.
And you haven't played, you haven't tried. You lost already. And a lot of time is young players, they get all psyched out because of warm up. Wow, warm up is just great. They're hitting the ball hard, but warming up, tossing the ball and setting is different than when they serve receive well. You know what? Some team are great at hitting. I call it showtime. During warm up, but when they come to actual serve receive in a game, well, if they can't pass the ball, they can't hit those balls that they're warming up on it. So you always have to give yourself a chance. Every time you step on the court, you got a 50% chance of winning.
And I kind of noticed that's how MDY played. You guys were never like
Oh, we suck at
pounder.
warm-up.
Yeah,
We suck at warm up.
yeah, you got
But we have one guy.
right.
He's he is very good at warm up. Man, when it's time to warm up, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, that was the point I was trying to get at.
Warm up, everybody just
Yeah.
And I remember one tournament in Whitewater, and Kenny was there, and we played against a team that was lesser caliber. And when we beat them, one of their better players was like yelling at his teammates. We were crossing the court, handshaking one out, and he was like, "Man, I already knew we were gonna lose." And I literally stopped him. I was like, "Hey, never think that, man. Like we can always be beaten." You know what I mean? I literally stopped him. Like, hey, because he's a young player. You know what I mean? Like I don't care who we are. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta play it out, man. Like to your best ability, play it out, and whatever results it is, you take it and you learn from it. You know what I mean? Like never go in, like you said, never go into a game thinking you're gonna lose already. You know what I mean? Legends are never made that way. You know what I mean? No legends have ever approached the game that way. You know what I mean?
No.
So
every great team always has a mountain to climb, and
and every great team, they have to beat a team that's at their level or above their level. Like if you're only able to beat teams that are better than you, I mean, you're basically setting, a little boundary, for yourself. You know what I mean? Like you're not even targeting teams that are better than you. You're just targeting teams that are lesser than you. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. Great advice again. Beautiful words, man. But in your opinion, what's the recipe? What's the recipe to building the championship team?
man. Well, in my opinion, is passion. Okay, hard work ethic. Okay, well, if you want a championship, well, you got to do the dirty work. You can't win a championship if you are not willing to put in the hard work and do the dirty work. To get there. Okay, coachable and being humble. Being humble. And being humble is, I have seen, and many players said, wow, I'm awesome, I'm awesome. And I tell myself,
Is his name Rob Yang?
no, not Rob.
No, leave Rob alone.
Yeah. And then Gumura, I walk up to him and said, young fellow, put it this way. I don't know you, but this is an advice that I'm gonna give it to you. Whether you're gonna keep it or not, that's really up to you. But never brag about yourself.
Right.
Be humble. Let somebody else brag about you. Let somebody else tell you that you're awesome. And when they tell you that you're awesome, you say, "I'm okay."
Deny it. Yeah.
I'm average. I'm okay. Okay. So that way, so when I said that to him, he looked at me and he said, well, thank you. And thank you for telling me that. Or else I would probably go on bragging about myself. Yeah. So that young man, he actually. I don't know what was going through his mind when I gave him that advice, but he seems to have taken it.
Well, man.
Good job, awesome. Rob. Good job. Cool made you, Rob. Cool made you. You're nothing without him.
Rob is a good guy.
That's up in the air yet. We're still trying to find out.
And those hugs, right?
Yeah. If only, see, it's your fault. If only you gave him enough hugs when he was younger.
Well,
You denied him of
let
hugs.
me ask you a little bit about the rivalry between MDY and Airborne back in the days. How, in your opinion, how did you see it? You know, when you guys were going to the park, obviously in Minnesota, and meeting up in tournaments as well too. You guys met up in tournaments too, right? Obviously.
Yeah. We met up many times. You know.
How was those rivalries? How was it?
Man, you know what? Back in the days, you know, for like Airborne, MDY, Wiseman, you know, Chicago Sun Devils, you know, Drifters, you know, yeah, all these teams. When we played not because of the trophy or not because of, you know, the money. We play because of pride. You know?
Right.
Representing our hometown on it, and so that also is a very big motivation to some of us, especially if we're smaller in size. But you know, Airborne, that's not gonna take any credit away from them. They deserve to be one of the best team in the up here in Minnesota on it. When we're on the court together, yeah, we go at it. You know, we go at it. You know, I myself don't like to trash talk.
Yeah, I know. Rob shared stories where
was Rob really that good? I just want to hear it.
Well, you know,
was
Rob,
he really that good?
That's what. In my opinion, he's better than his son right now.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
just kidding. Yeah, we just give Rob shit.
We play. When we play at it, it's like there is no pulling punches. You know?
Yeah,
we're going all out on it.
Yeah,
and that's just how it is. You know.
Yeah,
you want to beat me, I want to beat you, and you know, it's great competition. You know, a lot of trash talking. Except for me, I don't do that.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It kind of brought like the best out of both teams. It seemed like. I think that rivalry was, I mean, it was intense, but it kind of brought like the best volleyball out of you guys because both the team wanted to represent Minnesota, right? Want to be the Minnesota team, the team to look up to, and I think it kind of brought the best out of you guys.
Oh yeah. It definitely did. You know?
Yeah.
On the court, we go at it, but off the court, you know, your buddies.
Yeah.
You know, have a few beers here, have a few soda here and there on it. You know.
Awesome. Let's look at a few comments here. Then we'll go back. All right. Let's say, where are we here? Tor asks, what is your biggest accomplishment in volleyball?
Man, my biggest accomplishment in volleyball is being able to turn my passion and give it out back to the community.
Yeah,
that's my biggest.
For sure, man.
Not winning J4, you know, but
you
know, being able to give it back out to the community. That is my biggest accomplishment in HVB, and everything is all thanks to HVB and the community. Because without HVB, I would not have been able to give to establish hype volleyball and, you know, help kids out.
Beautiful.
And that's really what it is for me. Some people may think that winning J4, you know, you know, I've won J4, you know, I've coached and won J4, you know, and that is not as big as what I'm doing right now. It's something for them.
God damn. See, y'all heard it here first, man. All your people who throwing out your accolades. I had so many years of coaching and all that shit. Man, like y'all heard it here first. Like this dude is above all you guys. And his top accolade is giving back, man. So y'all just need to shut the hell up and turn back around and give back.
Okay, this that's the quote by Payne, but it's not cool, okay? But I'm just letting y'all know that. Who didn't say any
personally said that shit. Cool person say shut the hell up, turn back around and give back. God,
I think Payne's just translating for you or something.
Y'all stuck on what Cali versus Midwest. Oh, who's best? Oh, do. Man, turn your ass around and get back. The fuck.
All right. All right. We got here. Fusu said David versus Goliath. Who was you were the David who, you know, and in much respect to you. And then let's see. Oh, there's a good one. Were there any battles between you and Ma? Like within the team?
You know,
like
yeah, definitely there is a battle every single time we step on the court together. Because one thing with me and Sean is that we're both competitors, you know, and as teammates, we're always competing, battling on it. You know, I've always wanted to be better than him. He's always want to be better than me. But you know, the difference is that when we battle, we have that battle on the court. We take it out on our opponent. You know, so you know, if I go and I get a good swing, I get a good kill, he's gonna go, well, you know, I can do better. You know, those are kind of things. It's motivation. You know, so he's pushing me, I'm pushing him. But you know, definitely, if those of you who don't know Sean. Yeah, he is a competitor.
He's a beast too.
And
He's a beast too.
He played to win. So when you're on the court with him, you better make sure you give 100%, or else he's gonna say something to you. He's gonna say something to you, and if you know if you can't take it, then you probably walk off the court. You know? But he is a competitor, and that's what I love about him. Is he is a competitor, and I love what he does on the court for the team on it. He pushes you, and when I'm slacking, he tells me, you know, you're slacking, man.
And that's one thing. That's one thing I mentioned to one of the young bucks around here. I was like, man, my best teammate was so and so. Not because, you know, not because we were friends. It's because we were competing against each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if he had a good hit, I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna get a better hit. If he had a good pass, I'm gonna get back there. I'm gonna get a better pass. If he had a good dig, I'm gonna get back there and get a better dig. You know what I mean? Like, but in a positive note. You know, not to the point where like, you know, like it worked like negatively, like towards the team, you know what I mean? But in a positive note, like what you mentioned, like, you know, just overdoing it, you know, your other players, you know what I mean? So definitely, y'all hitting it, man. Let's see, man, all the words that I've been telling y'all, man, come right here, man. That's where I get it from. You know what I mean? Y'all think I'm spitting my own words. Like I'm just repeating what all these legends are telling me, man. You know what I mean?
All right, let's see. So we have here Chua said Cool and Rob are doing great things in Minnesota. Yes, Cool and Rob definitely always giving back to the community and to the game, not abandoning the game. Still very passionate.
Rob's a good guy. There you go, Rob.
It's trash though, right? Cool said Rob is trash. That's the headline. That's the headline.
Rob is a good trash talker too, man. But the trash talk title goes to my brother Lang from Drifters, man.
Dude, he was talking shit to me when I was like 16 years old, dude.
That's Lang, man. That's the guy for that.
Right. And then we'll go back to the questions. Go ahead, Payne.
Yeah. So talk about that first J4 win. Like, how did you feel? Did you feel you were ready? Why? Like, if you felt you were ready, why did you feel like you guys were the favorites, or you guys were underdogs, or what? Just go through it.
Man, that first J4 win. To be honest, we weren't ready. But you know, when are you ever gonna be ready? You know, that's the thing is, you know, people always say, well, we're not ready to play big. Well, when are you gonna be ready? There's never gonna be a time that you're gonna be ready. You just go out there and just play for fun on it and do the best you can. Yeah, the first J4 win going in, we weren't the favorite. Actually, I would say that we were kind of like a, underdog Cinderella team, a new team, coming out, for a few years on it. But that winning the first one was a great feeling. It's also a great accomplishment. But the thing that I am most proud of when the first J4 was that the leadership on the team. Nhân Ninh, Tu Hua, Nhân Ninh is nó bề lòng, and also credit goes to his brother for pulling us together and never thought that we would get there. Because, like I said, we were a bunch of leftovers. And never thought that we will be able to do it. And if you work hard enough on it, maybe you'll be able to do it. That's if you don't jump ship, or that's those are the kind of things on it. And winning J4 is part of the goal from the beginning. But it came earlier than expected. Which we'll take it.
Even after all those years of struggling, you still thought you guys were not ready yet? Because you say you started in '89, so you guys struggled for quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we struggled for quite a bit. At least I wasn't ready.
Right.
At least I wasn't ready. I don't know about the rest of the guys, but at least I wasn't ready. All I know is that I'm gonna go out there and be a competitor, give everything I can.
How far did you guys make it before that year?
Man, before that year, we I would say making a playoff. Making a playoff, barely making a playoff.
Like quarterfinals and whatnot. Yeah.
Was there at any point a time where any of the players thought about either quitting or going to a new team? And even if they did, how did you guys talk to them and bring them back to stay with the team?
The thing is that when you lose, especially at a big event like that, when you lose, and losing is not a good feeling. But then as you get older and you mature and you think about it, it's not so bad losing, because you actually learn something from it. I haven't really know of any of my teammates that will just thought about just leaving and going somewhere else, because they understand that everything is chemistry. When you leave a team to go to another team, now you have to rework with the player next to you. Now you have to, I'm gonna have to try to, what is his tendency, and work with him on it. And then it takes time for that chemistry on it. So why break something that you've been working so hard for? And after this losing event, you win some, you lose some. That's part of the game. You can't win all the time.
Oh yeah, and sometimes it gets lost where you take temporary pleasure, right? You just want to take that temporary pleasure, or you want to quit, join a quick team. They sacrifice that for the long term, seeing the long term, the outcome at the end, which is sticking with one team. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but the most important thing is you and your teammates playing like that together. You guys have this brotherhood bond, and you have these memories that are yours to cherish forever. That's very underrated.
Yes. Yeah, it's memories that that you created together, and it's that bond. It's a brotherhood, that family bond on it. But one thing is, I'll kind of off the topic a little bit. Like a high volleyball. I created the program more of a family oriented. Meaning that if just because you play for hype and you have an issue, outside of volleyball, you need a help of something, I want you to be able to feel like you're part of the family. You reach out to me for help. If I can help, I help. If I can't, we're gonna find help for you. So MDY is kind of like that. We are a family on it, so we have to. We want to stick together on it. And the grass is never it's not always greener on the other side, you know.
Yeah.
So
It's like-
so Rob accused you guys of trying to coerce him. Is that true?
I don't know about that part.
He accused you guys of trying to brainwash him into your side.
I don't know about that part.
Yeah, goddamn Rob, see, I knew he was lying. Man, that guy, you can't trust him. No hugs. See, no hugs, man. He's going up, man. That's what happened.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
go with a couple of comments and then we're gonna hop right back. Four Seasons asks, in your opinion, what can MDY2 do to get better? As a coach, what are your advices to them so they can carry on with MDY's legacy?
And yeah, MDY, they've got big players, big high flyers. One thing that they will need is the passing game. The passing game, the defensive game, you know. And MDY right now, they have offense, you know. They've got two setters that can set, you know, just like their dad, you know. But the thing is,
Andy and Kelvin.
yeah, Andy and Calvin, you know, they've got great hands for setting. You know, it's kind of like it's natural. You know? And then what MDY is, if they can bring in defensive player who can pass the ball, you know, and play some defense, set up their blocks. You know, sometimes, you know, I just feel that, you know, the guys just go up just to block, but, you know, actually not coming. Okay, let's, you know, move in, let's close this, you know, let's close this block and then set up the defense on it. So if they can get a few guys for a backcourt on it, you know, meaning those guys coming in and just their job is just to, you know, pass and play defense, pass and play defense and read the ball on it. I think, you know, that will help the current MDY to the next level, to get over the next hurdle that they're trying to get over. That would be my advice. And there are a few teams out there, that, you know, that wants, like the players, they just want to play all around, front row, back row, and it's, you know, it's like, you know, if I'm a front row player and Payne is a back row player and his passing skill is just as good as mine, you know what? When I get back there, hey Payne, you know, hey Payne, you play back row for me then, you know. Why would I want to, you know, waste my energy, you know, playing back row? When I get to the front, I'm out of juice, you know. So, you know, you can't be selfish. I see some young guys that are very selfish on it. So it's a team sport. You can't be selfish, you know. If you have a teammate that can play defense as good as you.
But guys like you and I, man, we play all around, man, because we built like that, okay? Y'all young kids nowadays ain't built like that.
Me too, man. I'm a professional. I only play one position. I'm just a server. Dude. I can serve really
Just a
well.
server.
I'm just kidding.
That's all I can do nowadays is serve.
kidding.
So if anybody want me on their team, I can only serve. Nothing else.
Go ahead.
All right, and then let's see. What advice would you give young folks outside of the court? Just a couple of life lessons that young folks should be doing.
All right. Outside of the court, let's talk about outside the court. I'm gonna go into a little bit of watching games. Okay. A lot of times, I see a young athlete. They watch a game, and they watch a game of how good that hitter is or playing defense on it. You know? So an advice to help them is when you are outside on the court, sideline watching a match, okay? Watch for the outside hitter's tendency, how he's hitting, angle hitting, you know, or, you know, for a pattern, you know, so that at least you know when you do end up being on the other side of the court against that same team, it's a lot easier for you to play defense or to block, and it's part of strategy, and so don't just watch for action, watch for tendency, okay, and that's how you're going to become a better player. And for young guys outside the court, condition, okay. A lot of athletes, if you are an athlete, you got to condition on your own, meaning at home by yourself. I know it's boring, but you have to condition yourself, And so if you want to perform at the top of your game, then you have to work your body to be able to perform, instead of, if you're a Corolla and you want to run like a Mustang, no, you can't. Your motor is not built to be, have the same power as a Mustang. So you have to, you kind of have to train your body to that. And if you run into any OGs, ask questions, and I've never ever, not even once, turned down somebody that would ask me for a certain advice. I've never, not even once, turned anybody down. And I was reading some of the comments, on the volleyball page on it, and some OGs, tough love. That's how we learn tough love. And and if you can't read between the line there, then you're gonna be upset. They're not helping. But but if you can't read between the line there, that's tough love. But
no, that's definitely, because when I was coming up, I used to watch players like such as you, Yang, Shiong from NWO, and I was never like, oh wow, they were great. I was watching like, okay, what's their favorite shots, and like in terms of defense side, but like offensively too, like, okay, how did he get his kill? How did he get his kill against two blockers? He hit it like this, he hit it like that. Like, what did he see when he went up? Like, those are the stuff that that these young kids nowadays, they got to look at. You can't just be like, oh my God, oh, like, you got to look like, okay, how did he hit that? Where did he hit? Like why is he getting the kill? Like, you got to everything. You got to question everything and try to get an answer for everything. Because that's your game that you trying to help out. You know what I mean? Like what's the point of being at all about somebody else? Like, that does you nothing. Like, you got to be like, okay, how can I do that? You know what I mean? So definitely, like, it just, it means nothing coming out of me, but coming out of Cool, man, y'all got to understand, like, that's legit. Like, that's legit. Like, that's how you got to roll. You know what I mean? So.
Yes, sir. If you guys are just joining us, we're with Cool from MW. I mean, I was gonna say NWO. From MDY, man. MDY, living legend right here. Hype CEO, giving back to
I hope you got a bunch of time, because we're taking. I'm so sorry.
Cool, you just got a lot of fans out there. People are like, thing is, here's the thing, like, Peng and myself, we do this show, but we try to promote that volleyball players, the volleyball community, you guys are more than just athletes. You guys are like role model. As yourself, Cool, a lot of people on this chat here are thanking you, or
Lord, you can't
or
even.
They're just in awe of you, or they looked up to you, things like that. So as athletes, even though we're just athletes in the Hmong community, there are still kids like Peng and myself looking up to you and seeing a player like you as like our hero. So we gotta always be mindful of that.
And that's what I said the other day to the Phantom guys. You know what I mean? Like, they're so young. You know what I mean? Like I told them, I was like, hey, you never know when there's an 8-year-old, 10-year-old that's looking up to the game for the first time in his life. You never know. You get what I'm saying? So you have to make a great impression. Like, you got to play like that 8-year-old is watching the game for the first time. Like, what are you going to show him to impress him? You know what I mean? Like you have to set some type of impression towards him, you know, to kind of spark that brain of his to be the greatest player. You know what I mean? So you can't just take it like, oh man, it's about me. How am I gonna hit this? Like, no, man. Like, you know, I've always take the game. Like I've always taken the game like that. Like it's never been about me. It's been about me building what you guys built, right? Like, man, like the sacrifice that you guys took. I have to recognize that and like take that upon myself and kind of build on it. You know what I mean? Like it's just not about me, not about my accomplishment. It's about building it to the next generation, you know, impressing another kid and so forth and so forth, you know.
And how you're gonna carry yourself, because maybe that 8-9-year-old may look up to you as a role model. So you kind of have to be aware of it. You know, what are the things that is positive, or the things are negative. You know, how you carry yourself on the court, off the court, and so somebody is always watching you on it, and just like I was always watching somebody else. You know?
So that's for sure. And let's go see some of the comments and then we'll get right back. Let's see where we're at. It says here, how are you able to play at a high level and turn it around and teach it to others? So how did you teach others?
And
where you were playing.
Well, what I do and what I tell myself is that I put myself in a situation, just as if I was a kid,
Right.
I wanted to learn, but there's nobody there, to help me out, and that's kind of like what what was going on, and at the same time, volleyball has always been a passion of mine, and I wanted to be able to share. I like to share anything that I've learned in volleyball to play, and that's how I've always been. And if anybody asks me, I'm more than happy to. Hey, this is how I do it. So if it helps you on it, and just teaching it to kids. People always say, well, why don't you have him, coach, Well, the thing is, playing and coaching are two different things. It's like apple and orange,
Right.
I've seen a lot of great players. Boy, they can't coach, But I've seen a lot of average or some of them that don't even know how to play, but boy, they can coach. They know how to motivate the athletes. They know how to get the athlete to play for them, and to play for them, and also to play for them team, for the team and themselves. For example, this is one of the hardest thing in coaching is, let's say I have 10 girls on the team, okay, or 10 boys on the team, and 10 different athletes have 10 different personality, Unfortunately, let's say they have 10 different personality. Now it's my job as a coach is to find out what works for them, everyone has a different personality, so I can't use the same tactic to get the player to play for me. I have to find out what works, So now I have to know 10 different tactics, because it's 10 different girls on. Those are the kind of things that is hard in coaching. But once if you're able to do that, boy. Coaching is fun, and coaching is fun. Is there money in coaching? No. There's, passion in coaching. That's what it is. And most coaches, like us, we coach because we love coaching. We love, it's a passion,
because sometimes as a great player, you get everything handed to you, so you don't, you know, as an average player, you don't, you know, like the average player would realize, you know, all the little things that make everything work. You know what I mean? The great player is just there to perform. You get what I'm saying? Like he don't need, you know, he don't need anything. Everything's set up for him. You know, everything's set up for him to succeed because everything's kind of built around him. You know what I mean? So they don't realize like everything that happens, you know, behind the scenes, which as like as you stated, you know, sometimes the player that's not the greatest kind of realize it and like, oh man, we need that type of system. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
definitely coaching is playing and coaching. Like playing is a skill level, coaching is a skill level too. You know what I mean? It's totally different. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, if you can find somebody that can do both, man, you hit the jackpot.
Right there, high volleyball hit the jackpot right there.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I would consider myself as a jackpot. You know?
All right. Let's go back to the questions, and then we'll go back to the chat as well too. There's a couple of questions here, but we'll go back to the questions and then we'll come back.
Talk about like what was your most memorable win in Hmong volleyball? Most memorable.
My most memorable win in HVB was it was in Chicago. 390s. It was in Chicago.
Was that the Lake tournament?
The Lake tournament.
Lake Michigan. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. I remember playing that, but I don't remember if we win it all or not.
Y'all probably stayed at our house.
Probably didn't remember. Yep. That one was my most memorable win in HVB. Especially the match when we played. Yeah, I went up in block, boom. You know, went up in block, boom. Yeah, my finger broke.
Oh, wow.
Broke my finger on it. I taped it up. We played through. You know, played through.
Kobe.
But that was a top-notch tournament. It was great seeing. There wasn't many teams, but the competition was.
They were good players though. Chicago had great players back then.
That was a lot of great players, good players that was there.
Yeah.
Chicago, right by Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
I
remember that. As a kid, I remember that vaguely.
I think that was part of my story with Tuho. I think that was the same tournament. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
He came and stayed with us.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back to the board right here. We have a question here. Who or what fueled you to become the player that you were? And then, let's see. Hold on. Let me read this. I don't want to misquote the question. Okay. What or who fueled you? Wait, it disappeared. I can't read. Okay. What or who fueled you to become the player that you were before you figure out that you wanted to give back to the community? So basically, what drives you, Cool?
Oh, what drives me? What drives me is I would say I like to prove people wrong. Okay, because I know that most people don't have the same problem as I did. First playing volleyball, you know, being short, you know, and small on it, you know, I get a lot of people telling me that, you know, I don't think volleyball's a sport, you know, maybe try soccer, you know, you know, soccer, you just need speed, you know. So what fueled me is people telling me that I can't do this, I can't do that. I love to prove people wrong that, you know, that's why I like that quote. It's not how big you are; it's how big you play. You can have a big 6-footer, but can't play like a small man, or you can have a small man and play like a big man, like a 6-footer. You know? So what fuel? So to answer that question again is, you know, people telling me that I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't.
Hey, all the people that told Cool that he couldn't do it, F you, man. F you, dude. F y'all, man. I would never have it. Yeah, I would never have a hero if y'all were right. if
Right.
y'all like tore him down, man. F you, man.
So basically, to all the young folks out there, basically what feel cool is just all the haters, man. That's basically
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah. Just I take that and that feel me, but
Mhm.
that doesn't mean that I don't like you for because you
Right.
said it, because I understand,
Mhm.
you are who you are, you say what you say. It's a matter how I'm gonna take it. Am I gonna just take that and get bombarded, or I might take that and like my dad said to me, do something about it,
Mhm.
and work at it.
And then let's take one more question. We'll hop back to what we originally planned to talk about. So this one says, where do you hope the future of Hmong volleyball progresses to for men and women for Hmong volleyball?
For Hmong volleyball, well, I would like to see Hmong volleyball that's the reason why it's called HVB. It's Hmong volleyball. I love how our sets of our rules, no stepping on line, no netting on it. It's a safety issue, and it keeps everybody safe. And it's HVB rules are almost like you can't make any mistake.
Right.
You can't make any fault on it. And
The game has to be beautiful. It looks like you got to play beautiful brand of volleyball. Seems like.
But if you really look at it, it keeps everybody safe. It keeps you safe on it. Versus, but then I also do see that if we want to play at a next level, like compete at a next level, like a semi-pro or some that would want to play college and all that, well, we have to evolve, make adjustment, evolve.
Yeah.
I don't mean to disrespect or being biased, but I've been in the USAV in those tournaments, and I've seen how it's being played, and I look at it, well, we don't have to change everything right away, but slowly integrate, slowly introduce on it, and bring in like Huava did in Warsaw. That format is actually a format that USA volleyball use at tournaments that my girls go compete at. Pool play, pool play, and with 20, 30 teams, you get done in one day. And I like to see is time, time on it. For example, as an athlete, I will always refer back to my hype girls is that we always tell them, if you are scheduled to play at 8:00, well, arrival time is 7:30. Always give you at least 30 to 45 minutes. As an athlete, as a competitor, well, you gotta be there early instead of waiting. And if we start at 8 and now we just have to wait until you get there. No, so that's one thing that HVB that I like to change is when we say 8:00. 8:00 on, it starts on time.
For those people who don't know, who's talking about that Hmong time, man?
Yeah, Hmong time.
Get rid of the Hmong time.
Yeah, that's gotta change. That's gotta change. And for athletes, as like I said, after athlete, you gotta arrive 30 to 45 minutes early.
Yes.
Get there, do your stretching, do whatever, your pep talk, or game plan, and warm up and play.
Yeah.
All right, Pen, let's throw it back to you, and then we'll go back to the comments after.
Well, if you want to run through some questions, then we'll just move on. After that, we'll just move on to some quick hitters.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what our audience here, our faithful audience here, have to say. It says, okay, let's see if there's any questions here. There's some comments here, cool. You can read later. There's fans thanking you and stuff. So I'm just gonna go over the questions. All right. Let's see. Right here. What would you tell a player on a team who has a team and he's the only one who's training, and the rest of the team are not training, would you tell him to move on or just stick with him, or what? What would you do in that situation?
Well, it takes six. Let's say it takes 6 players on the court, and if that player is the only one that is it's training and it's conditioning and actually really work hard at it, and the others are slacking off. Players, a lot of time players they like to stick with their friends, because they're buddies. They just even though they're slacking off, I'm gonna stick. But I like to tell players, okay, look, now why do you play? And depend on your answer, your reason for playing volleyball. If you're playing, for example, like if you're looking to play maybe beyond, let's take a high school kid beyond high school, man. Well, then you know what, if you want to get to the next level, then find other players that have the same goal, have the same drive, that wants to work hard just like you, versus just being with your friends on it. If you don't have any plan to play beyond high school, then it's fine. You're just there to play for fun. Enjoy to play for fun. So like I said, it depends on that individual
situation.
Basically find like-minded people.
Yeah.
Well, that goes to life situation too. If you want to be someone who's successful, you got to hang around people who are successful. You can't be hanging around with people who are still in the hood, got the hood mentality and stuff like that.
True.
That's what a lot of the advice that a lot of successful people, you got to surround yourself with a team they have the same goal as you. So
and work together.
So that probably answers the question right there. So let me ask you this. You were there during the Warsaw tournament. I want your opinion on this. So obviously the big thing was, right, California came and took first, second, and third. What's your opinion on that?
My opinion on that, California took it all. There's no excuses, whether other Midwest, top Midwest team isn't there. Well, they weren't there. It's there, but they didn't show up on it. California first, second, third. Kudos to them. Congratulations to them on it.
Right.
And I see it that they went in all. There's no excuse.
Right.
I'm from Midwest. I would love to see a Midwest team win, but unfortunately, came close. There's lots of good, great Midwest team on it. I just, work harder on it. Work hard on it. Just because there was a comment something about it's not like J4. You got one J4. I see as yes. Winning J4 is the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal. But sometimes at J4 you don't have the same. Some years J4 don't even have the same competition as also. So I don't look at what J4 now. I look at the competition there.
Look at the competition.
There's a lot of good teams that was there, and I was impressed. It was a great turnout.
Yeah.
That's a good perspective right there.
Definitely when Cali comes, it carries a lot of weight. No matter what tournament it is, it carries a lot of weight. Just because they're coming here. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people get annoyed because when Cali wins here, the whole California state kind of claims it. But why not? Why not though?
Why not?
Like they're traveling here. You know what I mean?
Man, look, if 3 Midwest team went to Cali and took first, second, and third, I'd be like, you probably bragging too.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So So
and I also see some comments that, well, Cali, they play all year round, school ball, club ball, and then well, you know what? Here we may not have, for example, boys ball, but now we're starting to have it. Well, we'll see how it is. Just like Brother Hugh High, we'll just see how in a couple of years and see how it is. But there other option, you know. Well, you know, during winter, or you can play all year round. Well, red June, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah. Shit, that
and work with
I
the
know,
team.
but yeah, but even with that, right? Like, how do they explain you guys though? How do they explain you guys, or how do they explain Airborne? Like, well, you guys
Well,
have the same outlets as all the other Midwest teams.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, we do,
like
but you know, but winter, we're in the gym all, we're in the gym.
yeah, yeah.
We're in
That,
the
that
gym
that's
at
what I'm
least
saying though. Like,
once or
there's no
twice,
excuse.
a week,
Like,
you know.
if I'm a Midwest team, I cannot use that excuse because you guys already set that standard. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be like, oh well, they get to play year round. Well, there seems like MDY that represented when it came down to it. There seems like Airborne when it came down to it, they represented. You know what I mean? Like, there there's no excuse. It's just you lost. It's results based. Like,
Mhm.
if you won, then it would be like, oh man, Kelly ain't shit.
Mhm.
But it's because they won. It's like, oh well, shoot, it's not even
Yeah.
J4. Well,
Yeah.
which is it? You know what I mean? It's totally results based. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Well,
Rob said, take your beating, come back,
yeah.
and just
Yeah,
represent
work
yourself a
hard,
little bit
yeah.
better. That's it.
I can't wait to the next J4 for
Yeah.
whenever the Cali teams everybody meet up. It's
Yeah.
gonna be really good. I
Yeah.
tell you that
and
because
just like I said earlier, look at the competition. You know, some year J4 that you know only have maybe about 8, 9, you know,
right,
teams that are actually there.
right,
But then you know, Warsaw, it's got a lot of good teams. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
still got the older team, and you know, I give props to Kapu and those guys.
yeah.
They're still extra young.
Mhm,
You know, you got a lot of young, lots of young teams there in the
mhm,
Midwest on it. That's got a lot of potential on it.
yeah.
It's got to
Definitely.
get
Well,
back
let
to
me let me ask you this, and let's talk about the girls' game. I know your daughter and them play for the first place team. Their president. They
Mhm.
beat a very prestige or one of the top team
Yeah,
culprits, right?
I thought Coppers were the favorites. I would
Yeah,
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
how was that? How was that? You know, how was that like for the girls?
Well, you know,
Mhm,
I well, that team is kind of like a pickup team. You know, it's just
Mhm.
you know, let's play on it. But you know, I think just from watching it,
mhm,
just from the working together and you know
mhm,
making adjustment, making lineup changes, you know, flip flopping, you know, setters, you know, still play 6-2, but then you know
Yeah.
just you know different
mhm,
you know starting position on it and just
mhm,
making that adjustment. I think what I see is that they just want to go out there and just play hard, and with the rain and everything, you know, it does. People say, well, some people say, well, it doesn't play a factor because everybody playing the same thing. Yes or no? Well, depend on it. You know, for example, if somebody like, for example, I'm gonna use your example.
Mhm.
Like, hey, when he his approach is he float and meet the ball at the point of contact.
mhm,
Okay, so and let's say Will. Okay, he's a vertical jumper only. He doesn't float. So you know, for example, for Peng, pretty much that takes out his offense because
Mhm.
every time he goes and you know, take the approach and jump, push off, float, he's gonna slip.
Slip out. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's floating. He's pushing up to float. But with Will, he just up there, boom, vertical
Stand
straight
straight
up.
up, hit
Use
it.
the
Yeah.
wrist now, you
Yeah.
know. So yeah, there is an advantage, you know,
Mhm.
for some players too. But then I think Culprit is a very solid team. Very solid team, especially Michelle. You know, that's the second time I see Michelle play. So shout out to Michelle. At at your age, at a young age like you, you're doing awesome. Just keep working hard at, and
Yeah.
I can hear her dad. You know,
She don't need us to tell her that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
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 So Michelle and you know,
Yeah.
Ka, you know,
Yeah.
she's still a beast. You know,
Yeah.
that lefty is still very deadly on it.
Mhm.
And of course, you know, the other players on the court is still very solid. Some are getting a little bit older, but as you age, it comes with experience and mental toughness. That's what I'm trying to say. Mental toughness. You have the mental toughness. You have been in volleyball battles that you don't give up, and that plays a big part on it with more mature age players, not just men or women on it. Yeah. Other than that,
Definitely.
yeah, and I think their president, they play well.
Yeah.
They play well. They have their struggle, but
They definitely played to the conditions. Like I feel like Coppers came out like you said, they came out like they were gonna be explosive and they're just gonna blow them up, just blow them out of the waters, and the strategy didn't work, and I think that president just kind of took that and just kind of and dominated the rest of the game because they knew okay, this team, when they hit, it's probably not going to be as hard as when it's in good condition. So the ball speed is going to be a little bit slower, and that's going to benefit us. We have height, we have control. They're still sticking to their regular game plan, and we're already adjusting, so we're probably going to win. And I think that's what they went with. And then they won, then that's and like you said, it's a learning lesson,
Yeah, it's learning, and it could go either way. The ball is round; it can roll either way, depending on who shows up on that day or who makes less mistake. Sometimes it all comes down to who's got better ball control or who make less mistake. On it. Those are it can roll.
Because I've played in great conditions and raining conditions, and it's a total different mentality. You know what I mean? Like when it's in good condition, like you got to step back, and when they crank it, you got to dig it up back row. But when it's raining, you got to just like step up. You step up, the ball's you step up, the ball's gonna be a little bit slower. You just got to dig it up. Get the ball up, and then just crank it from your side. Crank it off the hands or whatever. So definitely, I think their presidents, whatever leadership that they had, definitely helped them dominate. But yeah, I look forward to them sticking together. Hopefully,
Are they gonna stick together? Cool. You got the inside scoop. Are they gonna stick together as a team?
Yeah.
Well, that I don't know. To be honest, my girls are they live and die as hype. So, for example, if hype is playing, then they're gonna play with hype. Let's say if hype is not going to Labor Day, then they're gonna let's pick up and or feel here, and never know, maybe that president will go the same players to Labor Day, or they may not, So and I'm not so sure too, because Charisma, her school started. She plays for Upper Iowa, and she comes home, so don't know what her schedule will.
Okay.
She's also a hype girl too.
Okay.
Big ups to her, man.
What's amazing is a lot of these girls got that hype roots. Like it kind of a branch. It kind of came from, some of them came from like your club teams, and and you can just kind of tell. Like Peng and I think we were just talking. We're like, man, this girl look like she got some training in her, and I think your daughter was like, yeah, she has some training. She played here. We're like, yeah. So you kind of notice the way they approach it.
Yeah. It was also I was surprised that I saw a lot of my girls.
Yeah.
The older, the younger girls also, the babies, playing too. And, it's great, But overall, it's it's if they have some coaching, if they have some coaching, they are they should be pretty disciplined. Pretty disciplined on if we're gonna go with this game plan, we're gonna stick with game plan. Don't abandon the game plan too early. It takes time to build it up, and then they'll work on it. Those are just staying disciplined on it. But not to take credit away from all the other girls. Yeah, Cindy played great, especially back row. I love watching her play back row. And the other girls, yeah, they did what they're supposed to do. What they're supposed to do. So overall, it was a pretty good win, pretty happy win for the girls.
Yes.
I had a couple of people come up to me. Oh, is that your team? I said,
She
no.
just say yes.
No, I'm just a parent. I'm just a parent.
I would have just said, yeah, they're my team.
I'm just all their dads.
I didn't put that together, so I can't take credit.
I'm just their dad. All of them. I'm their dad.
Credit goes to where it belongs.
Yeah.
It is.
All right, man. We're gonna move on to some quick hitters here. We're winding down here. I know we've taken a lot of time, but hey, I don't mind as long as you don't. But name 5 players or teams that gave you the most trouble.
Team. I'm just gonna go with team because there are a lot of players that are that gives me a lot of trouble in terms of competition. Teams like Drifters. Especially Lang. Man, if people who don't know Lang, he can be very intimidating. with his awesome trash talking on it. Teams like Airborne. I don't know if they're called out in California. Pat team.
Raven,
but I don't know if they're called Raven. Back in the days when we, Kapu Wiseman. Wiseman. Those are the teams that every time you play, boy, you gotta play or else you're not. If you don't have a chance, you gotta play all out and see what happens. So
But man, I can't. Those are like, I swear, those are like the golden age of volleyball. There were so many great teams back then.
Yeah, and the reason I picked those teams are because I play in that that time frame and play. I did play some of the younger guys too, but more of a role player or just there to kind of help here and there on it. So I'm sure there's a lot of good teams like Titans and all those teams, but I've never had a chance to play against them, because maybe some of them weren't born yet, who knows,
You got to get one more, man. You said Drifter, Airborne, and the Raven guys, Wiseman.
Legend.
Legend. California, huh?
Yeah, California.
Mm.
Legend, California. Yeah. Those guys, I Long He, huh? Yeah. I watch him hit that ball. When he hit that ball, if there's a rock on the court, if the ball hit the rock is up. You never move.
Yeah, little rock there, yeah.
The rock would just fly off, man. I warm up hitting, like, man, you gotta make sure that cement court is clean, no rock, or someone's gonna get hurt.
All right. What about 5 underrated players in your opinion?
And 5 underrated players, man. I've never really considered anybody as an underrated player, man.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah.
everybody I looked at is just like, they are top of their game at certain position that they play.
Let's reword that now. About 5 players that don't get enough credit for what they do.
All right, 5 players that don't get enough credit for what they do. I would say 4 Seasons. One of them.
4 Seasons.
Right? And then Gayi.
Man.
Gayi Shiong. Another was the team member from No Mercy, Shiong.
Oh, okay.
And that's 3.
Yeah.
TGS Sufu.
Okay.
Yes.
Looks like he has good leadership. A lot of people think that he's small
Mm-hmm.
and playing back row. Yeah, but he's good at reading on it.
Mm-hmm.
Another player which not many people know, but Connick Yang. Kong, shout out to Kong. I don't know if he still play, but he is a good defensive player. He is not fast, but he is always there at the right time. And what amazed me the most about him is that he learned from reading.
Yeah.
He learned how to play defense from reading books.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah.
He learned how to play defense.
That's crazy.
He's the
That's
only
metaphor.
guy that I know that plays good defense from reading books. I don't
Through
think
metaphors and whatnot. Yeah. Holy Christ.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
some of those guys.
Wow. What about 5 players other than your teammates that you wish you would have had a
And
chance to
other
play
than
with?
my teammate, boy, man, it's hard playing without Duhua.
Go on.
All right, but without Duhua, man, I would say Afu, aka
Yeah.
Future, Ta from Colorado, Long from Legend, and I would say Shiong, that used to live out in California, that moved out to Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
I don't know if he's still there. That man amazed me how he flowed one direction, hit the other direction. I would love a chance to play in, and you know, man, I'm torn between Fusu and Allen, man. Six, Allen from Titan,
Very
he
impressive.
when he needed to step up, he stepped up. And that's what I call crunch time player. You need at least one or two crunch time players on your team, and when it's time to get the job done, they get it done. They step it up. They put it all out on it. So, Alan Yamamoya, for a young guy, awesome there. And then Fusu, as I can't have Duhua, then Fusu. Fusu is a very, very calm setter. Any setter that is as calm as he is. And,
he's a great setter.
And he knows on the court. He knows how to.
I remember that. I remember that one year. I think that one time we beat you guys at J4, and I was so happy. And that was when Fusu was hitting. And at the end of the tournament, he approached me. He's like, you guys got a lot of respect this tournament, and I took that, and I was like, he spoke to me. He spoke to me. Because back then, man, you guys were the standard, you know what I mean? So.
This will be their 6, It's a 5, but I gotta have 6.
So, what about 5 things a parent can do to raise a successful athlete, in your opinion?
Well, 5 things that a parent can do is support, unconditional support. Sometimes because we don't know if, let's say, I don't know if my daughter playing volleyball, she will get to play college ball, be it college ball or so and so or beyond that. But it's something that I would just say as a parent that how I would 5 things that how I support. I support my my kids if they love playing volleyball. I support them unconditionally. The commitment time, the time commitment. The when she loses a match or a game or a tournament and she's all beat down, you don't, get it when she's in a car. Don't.
You gotta tear her down. Tear her down. What the hell are you doing out there?
If you put the nail and you hammer that nail, you know what? She's gonna. So you gotta support her emotionally on it when she, lose and she feel like she doesn't want to play or she's not good enough.
Mhm.
And as a parent, it is my job to encourage her. How turning, like we talk about, turning losing into a positive thing. Learning from
Yeah.
it. Why did you think that that you play bad?
Mhm.
Why do you think that you guys lost? And
Mhm.
give her feedback from how to uh, do things better on it. Those are the kind of things that as a parent, and of course not just sports. As a parent, we love our kids. You guys have kids, so
Yeah.
we love our kids unconditionally. And I
Mhm.
think parents, that's part of what we do is support our children unconditionally. On support on it, and when they think that they don't believe themselves, you make sure that if they don't believe themselves, then who's going to believe in them besides
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it.
That's 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5, man. Yeah. No,
All right.
honestly.
But
Um, what
but
about what?
but
Yeah.
the MVP goes to the parents. Okay,
Yes.
to the parents, because they do all those time commitment. If they play,
Mhm.
if the girls play
Yeah.
club, yeah, they
All the
they take pride
volunteering
in
and all that.
They take
Yeah.
PTO on Friday, travel expenses on
Oh
that. Yeah,
Lord.
they
Yeah.
are the real
Lord have
MVP. They get to
mercy.
go sit there for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's the thing Ping does now. His kid plays club ball and all this
That's
kind of
just
stuff.
like it's just like this weekend when we were doing Phantom. I was like stuck in Florida, and that's why I couldn't get the questions to you. I was like stuck in Florida, and I couldn't get anything,
Mm.
to anybody. And I had to reach the show with just my phone. I told Will, I was like, dude, you gotta take a lead, dude, because I'm out here stranded. I got like 2 pairs of clothes with me. I can't.
And I was like, man, I can't take lead, man. You're the superstar, dude. I can't take lead. I'm Tito
I,
Jackson, man. You're
I
Michael
told
Jackson.
I told Ethan, I was like, Will does all the work, dude. Trust me. Yeah, that's crazy. No, it's crazy that you mentioned that because yeah, the parents they get all the headaches, all
They
the
get all the headaches.
heartbreaks,
Yeah.
all everything, all the bad stuff.
They get to wipe all the tears.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know what? You know what? It's all worth it.
Oh yeah.
It's all worth it, man. I tell you straight up, as a parent, my son might not be able to amount to anything, but it's all worth it. Honestly, yeah. Okay, so what do you think is lacking in today's Hmong volleyball, and what's great about it? Like pros and
Well,
cons about it.
that's what's lacking in Hmong volleyball. Well, that's that's a tough question.
Mhm.
I haven't been in the HVB scene for a while. Even
Yeah,
here,
you've been more on the women's side. You can separate it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even with the women's side, I haven't been much in the scene for the last few years.
Yeah.
But then from what I am seeing is what's lacking is that there are some teams, they got great athlete, but what's lacking is leadership.
Mm.
Leadership on it. See, if the young team that's already pretty good,
Mhm.
if you have somebody that can come in or lead, it doesn't have to be a player, that can come in and lead on it and help strategize. So a lot of times this is I used to have a hard time understanding, but now I understand. When I'm on the court, I don't see things. Let's say if I'm the captain, if I'm leading on the court, I can't see things because I'm on the court on it. So have somebody lead on the sideline. He or she sees it. Hey, this is where we're lacking. This is adjustment we have to make. We have to shift this, shift that. Those little things that.
That's very underrated, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought that up. That's very underrated among just in terms of home volleyball, because typically you only have players that want to play. You know what I mean? And like you said, having a guy that's just not so close to the game and just object objectively just looking at the game, you know what I mean, and working from that point of view. Yeah, that's very underrated.
Yeah, if you have somebody like that out there, I mean, not to take credit away from from the guys that's on the court. There are some guys that's on the court that it's pretty good. Has pretty good leadership on it. Kudos to those, but there's not many. There's not many. But then if you have somebody on the outside, then that leader on the court could just focus on playing. Just have to focus playing, and also, okay, what do we need to do? Okay, when you're on the court, you can't really see. You have to be on the outside court. I think that's something that is HVB is lacking. But then, of course, we're HVB, and we and a lot of us learn from parks, playing at the parks. And who am I to to talk about leadership too? But anyways, what I like about HVB is that that the kids nowadays has a lot of talent. I would say have.
Yes.
Comparing the talent that they have right now it's much more talent than our generation. But how you're gonna get that into play, how you're gonna get that into putting it together, like this talent, but then what I see is just setting high balls and hit twos, but what about opening up for your teammate, well, run a few,
run fakes. Goddamn.
Run a C, run
that's
a C,
the most underrated thing ever.
Run a C or a delta, 31s, and shoot. I don't see a lot of shoot nowadays. If these talent, we can put that together and combine it with the golden days mentality, it'll be great. HVB, HVB is awesome. So, talent wise, I like talent wise. Just needed to, connect them together.
Yeah, that's why we're here. That's why we're doing it. We got to wake up, the entire Hmong volleyball community. Take your golden age and connect it with the kids nowadays that are kind of overlooking, all that detail stuff. So yeah, most definitely. All right, man, here we go. Y'all ready? Start, bench, and cut. Yes.
All right, coach. Yes. Here we go, coach.
Right.
Yeah, you the coach.
Let me turn off my phone.
Yes. You're gonna get a lot of hate messages and everything. Okay.
Some will agree, some will not agree.
Okay, we're gonna go. Start, bench, and cut. Okay. Lewis from Sun Devils. Afu from NGE or Long He.
Oh man!
He was in trouble.
Somebody's in trouble. Not me. I'm not in trouble. Go ahead. Breathe a little bit.
He's used to delivering the bad news, man.
You want to take a couple shots? It's on you.
So, who the bench first or what?
It's up to you.
Man, who the bench? Who the bench? Who the start?
Why don't you give the person your bench, and then the two left over, then tell your starter, then we'll know who's eliminated.
Yeah.
Right. Let me kind of view the
runner up.
These three guys are legends.
Damn right they are.
And I like all these three guys. But if I was to bench, man, it would have to be my brother Lewis.
Okay.
Have to be
all right. Lewis is on the bench. All right.
Oh, here we go.
So who are you gonna start? There we go. One guy's gonna get kicked off the team.
Man, if I was gonna start, man, it would have to be Afu. This man is at a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This man is at a different level, you know. This man is at a different level, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
All three of our awesome players, but
Yeah.
he was at a
Yeah.
different level. I would
No
start,
wrong answer, man.
I
You
would
can go
start
either
him
way.
any
Yeah.
day. Yeah, any
Yeah.
day. Yeah, unfortunately, I will have to cut Long. I like Long. He's very quiet. You know, he's very quiet. You know, have a lot of power. You know, but then you know, if I have to cut, I have to cut Long. I bench Lewis. Lewis is very versatile.
Yeah.
He's very versatile. He can set, run that defense. You know, and he's pretty good leader on the court too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh, we have one from Midwest and one from West Coast, Cali.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Bring the peace. Bring the
yeah,
peace.
there you go. Those are my-
Man, I feel, man, these
We're
past
here
couple of weeks,
We're here for the peace.
past couple of weeks, I feel like back in the days when Tupac and Biggie were arguing, man, like, man, East Coast versus West Coast, man. I'm like, oh, shoot.
We're here to ease that ice right there.
yeah.
Oh,
But it's all good competition. It's gonna make for a
Yeah.
great July 4th. So,
Oh yeah.
oh man,
That was a
that's
tough
dope.
one.
That's cool. That's dope as hell. You can't go wrong with either, man.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. Any combination. I think three of those plus cool, myself. We bust any team.
it don't even matter. You get three of those. I
Myself.
can play on the team. We'll be busting people,
Myself,
man.
Will. Yeah, we bust any team, man. God damn.
I can play on a team. They don't matter, man. All right.
All
Hey,
right.
let's go to the comments
yeah,
real quick,
for
and then we'll
sure.
go to the final segment
sure.
right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. If there's any questions at all. So Alan wrote, was giving Sean and Cool. Yeah, Sean and Cool always there. We're tight and giving us feedback and recommendations.
Yeah.
Great leadership from them. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
right.
when Cool was talking about leadership. Yes. Those two guys are consummate leaders, man. They were helping out the young Phantom teams, and they were kind of helping out each other too towards the end there, all the Fresno people there. So Chua said AFU will start on every team, no question.
That's true though. That's true as hell though, man.
Probably.
That's true as hell though, man.
And then Alan said the team that you were talking about back then was called Black Eagle.
A Black Eagle?
Okay,
Yeah, Black Eagle was the team back then.
Then Austin here is talking smack right here.
Okay. And then I think that's it for now. All right. Yeah, that's it.
All right, man. Down to the last couple. So let's ask you, how has your success and participation in Hmong volleyball helped evolve you in your personal life outside of volleyball?
Man, big time. I would say big time. Because of HVB. Now there's hype volleyball here in Minnesota. It also is part of it changes my personal life because that's all I do now. You know, I'm not allergic to anything, but the only thing I'm allergic to is work. I'm allergic to work, so so yeah.
You're a forever serviceman.
I'm allergic to work too, man. We have the same disease.
I'm allergic to work, man. That's the only thing I'm allergic to.
That thing keeps you going, huh? It keeps you going to keep this hype thing going.
Yeah, it keeps me going, man. It keeps me busy, and at the same time, man, it's like, boy, it's years have gone by already.
Yeah,
I gotta move up there, man.
Come on, move up there, man. I currently own a side-by-side duplex. You know, live on the main floor, sleep up, and basement. I currently live on both sides. You move up here. Door back on the other side. You can live on the other side, man.
Yeah, right. Careful with your invite. No, that's cool, man. No hype. I heard a lot, like all those ladies that won, they shout out to Hype Volleyball and everything. Yeah, that's dope. Last question here. What's your advice? I know you given a lot of advice already throughout this conversation. But last advice to any up and coming players, man, female, don't matter.
Man, last advice is if you're gonna play with this game, play with passion. Play every match, every game like it's your last. Okay, play like it's your last. Play for the moment that you're playing right now and give it your all on it. Okay, so passion. Okay, commitment. Passion, commitment, and also you want to be a leader on the team, on a team.
Yeah.
Always learn how to always be a leader and not a follower, because in life, even in real life, away from volleyball, leadership, you want to create things. If you want to succeed, you gotta lead instead of follow. If you follow, maybe if you follow the right path, great. If you follow the wrong path, then you're in trouble. But most important is passion. Passion, and be humble.
Yeah.
That's my last advice to all these young players. And I wish you guys, you ladies and guys, young athlete, nothing but the best. If you can involve in HVB, continue playing, play hard, and always remember, do not let anybody tell you that you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. Okay. Suni, she did it. That's an example. Yeah. Anything is possible. Right. So dream, you can dream. Nobody can take that dream away. So
yeah, shout out to Sanusa Lee, man. We definitely, as CrossCourt Conversations, I want to announce it here. We're gonna have a special episode for her. She is the queen, the icon, the Manny Pacquiao of our Hmong people. Yeah. Yeah, all y'all people, man, get off your damn high horses, man. Even the legend here, man, the legend here, telling y'all, man, y'all stupid, hanging on your high horses, man. He said, y'all stupid, get off your high horses. No, definitely, if our word means anything, I definitely. Look up to Ku and all his aspirations, all his words, all his everything. You know what I mean? I definitely take it to heart, and try to be like this guy right here, man. But he keeps setting the bar too high. So I've given up like 10 years ago already. So now I just drink and talk shit on Zoom.
You guys are doing a great thing.
Well, thank you.
On it, I'm very, very happy that you guys started this, and this is something what we need.
Yes.
We can learn from one another. All those comments, all those this and that. It's good. We laugh on it, and laughter is good for the human soul.
Yeah. Well, we have legends like you guys who play the game at the highest level that you guys could play, and to have all of your stories in this archive and this little Facebook page where kids, next generation kids, can just click on it and listen to some of you guys' story. You guys leave behind all of your wisdom behind in these little videos for people to listen to. That's the most important thing. And it just so happens that volleyball is the game that kind of is like the tool for all this. So, it's just, that's why we encourage, the people who played in the past and the current people to come on, because their stories can and will inspire somebody if they listen to it. So, you inspire thousands of people. Like, so man, that's all it is. So, all right, man. I think this is it.
All right. Well, again, thank you guys, and those of you that is out HVB community. I wish nothing but the best for each and every one of you, and those of you who know me or don't know me, you know where to find me, and if you see me around, just stop me and talk to me on it. I'm a pretty down to earth guy. I don't talk a lot, but I'll I'll stop and talk to you.
Man, for real, because we just saw each other at the wall, so I was like, hey, what's up? We greeted each other. We wound up standing there just talking for like an hour, man. It was
every time I tell everybody, every time you guys see this guy and every time you deny yourself of seeing this guy or talking to him, you're going dumber every day. Dumber. Dumber every day. Stupid asses. Dumber every day.
When we finally had to go, I was like, man, I'm so glad I came and talked to you. I think I said it to you. I was like, man, I just like gained a whole bunch of wisdom and knowledge just by this whole past this 1 hour right here. Just stuff that he able to share with me.
Guys like this are gems in our culture. And dude, man, like my advice to anybody else, get a notebook, write your question down. When you see this guy, pull out your notebook and ask him. You know what I mean? And be honest.
Feel free to ask me.
Beyond anything that you guys will ever know. You know what I mean? So first and last, Hmong hero. God damn it. First and last. That's it. The one of a kind.
I'm sure there's plenty out there.
Sunisa is an icon. Sunisa is different.
Out there, remember.
Well, cool. 我做過這個書係談得Zoom I think your story was just very important to get out there. So
it was an honor to be a guest on there, and
thank you so much. And it's an honor to listen to your story, to inspire so many. As you can see on the chat here, there's lots of fans, lots of people who want to thank you. A lot of people who either play with you or play against you or saw you along the way and you passed on your knowledge to them. They're just grateful as well too. So
and all the people that didn't catch us live, I gotta catch it on the podcast because the more days you guys go without listening to this beautiful man, you guys are just dumb. Dumb as heck. Stupid. Stupid. Well, Neanderthals and everything.
When Payne left, I think he went and had a few shots.
I think so too, man. He came back a different person.
I came back with more confidence to tell these people how it is.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all a bunch of Neanderthals. Without listening to this gentleman, y'all Neanderthals, man.
This guy. He went over there, came back, and he was just like this. I was like, oh my goodness.
Telling people how it is, man.
Until then, cool.
Have to cry no more. And we won't have to cry